Okay, for this video, I'm going to be crocheting a bunch of different little like winter accessories slash gifts. So I have, a lot of extra yarn and scrap yarn, so I wanted to find a way to like utilize it. So first I was thinking of doing little triangle scarves because I have these two mohairs that I bought a while ago that I've been wanting to use that I ended up not using for like a different project, and so I thought it would be perfect because I still have leftover. You can see it's a tangled mess, but I thought about pairing these two together for one of the scarves. You guys saw my sweater video. I have this pretty pink yarn still left over from that, and so I think it's going to be enough to be able to crochet a scarf as well, and I thought it would go perfectly together with this pink mohair. I got two triangle scarves, those two colors. I mean, ideally I wanted to make like a neutral color so it's like easier to like style and stuff, but I'm not gonna. I just like want to avoid having to buy new yarn as much as possible while using like whatever I have. And so next thing I wanted to do was still have a little bit of this yarn, and then I have this that I bought like last Christmas in Japan. It's very pretty and like a little bit sparkly, and I wanted to use these two together. I thought I could make a little hand warmer. Like my hands get so cold in the winter, but I never wear gloves because it's just annoying having to like take them off and put it on every time you use your phone. So I've been seeing these like fingerless gloves kind of thing, or slash hand warmers popping up all over. So I found two cute designs that I wanted to make. One of them I will be crocheting these two together, and then I have a bunch of this yarn still left over from when I did the hooded crochet scarf. So I thought this would be also super cute and perfect to do hand warmer slash gloves. I think this one I'm gonna try do like a ruffle design, maybe something slightly girlier. I saw these kind of like fur clutches. I'm gonna insert pictures that looked so cute, and I mean you could use it as a bag, but I also thought they would make such good Christmas gifts, and I really like the look of fur. I haven't used like that kind of material before. So I bought these from Hobby, these two fur luxe. Also this reddish one. I wish they had red in this color because I really like the fuzzy, a nicer, prettier fur, and that's kind of what I was going for, versus this one is, the material is different. More like fringe-ish, I don't know how do you call it. I'm pairing these with the leftover t-shirt yarn that I have, so I still didn't know what to do with all the t-shirt yarn I have. So I have like this light gray that I kind of wanted to pair with this. I don't know how it's gonna end up looking because obviously the shades are like quite different, but this is like the closest kind of gray that I could find. So this dark gray I thought would go really nicely with this one. So we're just gonna like basically crochet it together to do these little fur clutch things that I can give away as gifts, and I feel like people can use it as like a cute little makeup bag and stuff too. And I am imagining this red one for my grandma because she wears red a lot and she loves the color, so I thought a red little clutch would be cute for her as well. Little bit of, I do have some red t-shirt yarn left, but not as much as like this, so I'm really praying and hoping that it's going to be enough. I'll need about 100 meters for it, according to the pattern, and I have no idea really how much it is. So this is how much red yarn I have, so we'll see. It may or may not be enough. And also with these clasps, like you can just easily buy the little clasps from Amazon. I don't know where I put them, but I'll show you guys later when I get to actually making the clutches. But I think first I'm gonna start with the triangle scarves. Okay, so this is how far I've gotten. It's literally just a triangle. It's so easy so far. It's definitely not going as fast as I thought it would go. I thought I would be finished with one by now, but I feel like I still need to keep going and making it bigger. This is like around like 60 rows, and I definitely need it to be a lot bigger. But tonight my boyfriend, he got hired as a event like bartender for this cocktail omakase course at a small cafe in LAC. So I'm gonna be heading to that with my mom soon to go support him, and I'll probably just bring my crochet stuff along with me so I can keep going on the train and hopefully get this finished soon.
It'll be a fun time.
The first winter accessory. I just still have to weave in these ends, but here's the first triangle scarf done. This took way longer than I thought it would, but basically I just kept going until I ran out of the mohair yarn, and this is how much I have left of the green yarn, so I couldn't really make it bigger than this size even if I wanted to. And the mohair is 225 meters. So yeah, I feel like the length, I feel like I would have wanted it like a little bit longer. There's not as much stretch as I wanted it to have. I feel like I just have to like wet it or block it, and then it'll probably stretch out because it's still like kind of curling right now. But I still think it ended up pretty cute, and it feels pretty warm on my neck actually right now. But we could obviously also wear it like, obviously you could also use this to just kind of tie it here. Like I said, it feels like slightly tight. Like I feel like this could be made a little bit longer, or I feel like once it stretches out, it's gonna be fine. Yep, this is like 100 rows by the way, so a little over 100 would probably be ideal. So that being said, okay, so originally I was gonna make a pink version with these two, but I'm pretty sure I don't really even have 200 meters of this yarn. I'm a little bit scared, especially because I still have to I'm still using this for another project that has been put on pause because I had to order more yarn, and basically I need to finish up the cuff sleeves with using some of this yarn. So it's definitely risky for me to use this up on like a scarf first, so I may have to circle back to this one. And so now we can get started on some fingerless gloves, and you know, as soon as I finish it, I can basically use it like this weekend or whatever, because New York is getting very cold now. So that's what I'm gonna start on now. I finished the first pair of gloves. Here it is. Thank goodness I had just enough to finish one pair. And okay, here are the gloves on. Like this. Honestly, I debated doing like one more row up, but since this is like pretty thick yarn, when I do one more row, I feel like it becomes a little bit too high on my fingers, because these are like fingerless gloves slash like hand warmers, so really like they should only be, I think, covering like up to your palm, and I think that makes sense. But I like how they turned out. I wish maybe I'll show you guys later when it's sunny, kind of like the little bit of sparkle or sheen that's in the gloves from this yarn, which is supposed to be like slightly sparkly. But yeah, okay, so now I'm going to be making another one, probably the same one but in black. And this one's using a lot thinner yarn. It's just from a yarn stash, and this is going to be actually a gift for like a close family friend. She's like my secondary grandma kind of thing, and she really likes black. Like, I think she only wears black, so I have to use this black yarn. And it is bamboo yarn and very thin, a lot thinner. I think it's like weight, might be lace weight, I don't really remember, but we'll see how those turn out. And then hopefully I'm just going to measure it to my hands. Obviously, because she is like quite old and like skinny, so I think like I'm just gonna try to make the gloves like as kind of small as possible and make it tight, and I'll just kind of use my own hands as reference, and hopefully they fit, and if not, maybe I can adjust it for her once I like gift it. I don't know. Okay, so I finished making another pair of these gloves here, the black pair, and these are going to be a gift. I just have to weave in the ends. And it is made to measure, but I just did it using my own hands. It's basically the same size, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that it'll fit. But I feel like most general hand sizes, like, it'll fit, so I think it'll be fine. And today is Thanksgiving, so I'll be going out. We are going out to pick a pie and then start cooking. And so I'm already wearing my gloves because it's very cold today. And then if I have time, the next pair I'll be making another pair of gloves using, well, I have a lot of yarn left over. So this one I'll be using a different glove pattern, and let's see how it turns out, see which one is better, and yeah. Finished my third pair of gloves. I used and it's matching with my hooded scarf, if you guys saw that video. So it'll be really cute to wear it together, and it has these ruffles at the end. These definitely took longer than the other pairs of gloves because it just covers more and it's a lot more stitches. Here is how it's looking. Also, for the ruffle part in the original pattern by the creator, she switches to a lighter yarn, like a mohair or a different weight yarn, which is very cute too. But since I was just using the get rid of scrap yarn, I just kept it the same yarn, and obviously it still works. You just switch to a smaller hook size, and I also, it's the same weight yarn. Instead of doing like 2 rows of ruffles of the double crochets, I just did 1 row just to keep it a little bit more like light and feathery looking. Okay, but anyway, now I finally can start on clutches I wanted to make. Okay, so the clutches, the original pattern I'm working off of recommends like a 20 centimeter one, and you can just order these off of Amazon, but these clasps. But I also ordered like one that is a size smaller. You guys can see the size difference here, just because I kind of measured out some of the yarns that I have, and I feel like it's not going to be enough actually to make sizes of these. So basically I'm gonna see like how much yarn it actually takes to make one of these regular size ones, and obviously I'm gonna make it fluffy with these, and then hopefully I can make at least one more in one of these smaller sizes with the other scrap yarn t-shirt. The other t-shirt yarn I have left, they are scrap yarn, so I don't have as much as this, but it's just like an awkward amount. So fingers crossed that it's still enough that I can do something with it. Otherwise, I would have bought a lot of these for no reason. But yeah, so I'm just going to start on a big size first, see how it goes. And yeah. Alright, I finally finished one clutch. The shape looks like slightly wonky to me. It doesn't look exactly even, but I think it's still pretty cute. I like how it turned out. I need to open it. So this was definitely fast and easy to make. And remember how I said I was gonna do the bigger one first? I actually ended up just using the smaller one because as I was crocheting, I realized that I was already making the size that fits the smaller one. So instead of like frocking it, I just went with sticking to doing the smaller one, which still ends up being a little bigger than I realized. There's also an option to essentially create a handle over here, but I decided not to do that and just make it kind of a clutch style with no hole, just because my yarn is limited, so I just wanted to make sure I don't use as much yarn. And then in the pattern, pattern originally calls for a size 10 hook, but I only have size 8 and size 12, so I ended up using the size 8 and ended up using about 200 grams of the yarn, of the t-shirt yarn to finish this. So I think I ended up using more yarn since I was using a smaller hook. And also, like, because I was crocheting with the fur as well, double-stranded, it's really hard to see the stitches. So if you are a beginner and you want to try out this pattern, definitely don't use fur and just do a regular one first, just so you can kind of get used to it and get the feel, because you really can't see the stitches very well when you use the fur. And so I was kind of going off of instinct and just like feeling for the stitches, and somehow I was able to kind of make it. I was like winging it a little bit, but yeah. So that's why I don't even know if if I skipped some stitches or missed stitches here and there. I might have, but it's not like you can tell. So definitely feels slightly uneven. I feel like this side is kind of slightly taller than this side, so I might have messed up the rows. Anyway, I'm gonna start on the second one and see how it goes. I only have like 100 grams of t-shirt yarn, a little over 100 grams, and this used 200 grams. So for the next ones, I'm gonna use the bigger hook and hopefully, I don't know, make it slightly smaller, and hopefully it still works out and that I have enough. But if not, that's the end of this video because I won't have anything more to crochet. Okay, I finally finished my second and third clutches. So here is the second one. Here's the red one. I really like how this one turned out. I think it's just a really nice color. And here's how the inside looks, like this. As you can see, I made this one slightly smaller. So the clasps are the same size, but basically this one is like a row or two wider. So if you want more of like a wider bottom shape, then you need basically the rows to be a little bit bigger than the size of the clasp square. For this light gray one, or light bluish gray, this is where I made the base basically the same size as the clasp, so you can see how it's a lot more, it's like less baguette looking and a little bit more round. So even compared to this one, you can see this one is a little bit less wide, but this one I actually made it smaller, so this one's slightly taller. Like I did more rows going up on this versus this one is less rows in terms of the height, but then a little bit more on the width. So yeah, so I think these two I'm gonna give as gifts. I think this one will be really cute for my grandma. And then this one also for a close family friend I think will be very cute as well. So, and I'm still kind of debating on what to do with this one. I could keep it, it could be another gift. Maybe I'll throw it in the giveaway that is coming up at the end of this video, but I will see. And this one actually I ended up running out of the original red yarn that I used. So you can see on the bottom, like you can barely see the red because of the color match. But then I had to switch to burgundy, so you can kind of see the little spots of burgundy if you see. And in order to use the burgundy yarn, I actually had to frog this bag. I don't know if you guys remember from my previous video, but basically this had like a red handle going all the way around. I actually just used that in order to finish up this bag because I was just so close, and turns out it was the perfect amount, so very happy. Also for my triangle scarf, I also steamed this, blocked this by basically using a steamer, and now it doesn't curl up and it's stretched out a little bit, so it looks a lot better now. I still think it's like slightly too, just a tad too short or shorter than I wanted, but you know, I was using scrap yarn, so this is how it looks. I think it's still very cute though. I am sad I couldn't make the second one, or I knew I wouldn't have enough yarn to make the pink one, so I'm sad I don't have a second one to make or show you guys for this video. So this part isn't curling anymore, so it's a lot like easier to wear, and just like this. Okay, and now to wrap up this video, I'm going to be doing a little giveaway. I'm just gonna grab some stuff and be right back. So for the giveaway, I was thinking of giving away one of these two little mini bags from my crocheting bags in a week video. I haven't decided whether I'll give away both or give away just one, or you know, just leave in the comments below which bag you like. I'm also willing to throw in this as an option for the giveaway as well, but since I did have to frog the handle border, just know that this is kind of an incomplete bag almost, so you guys can kind of see the difference here. So the handle is just like a lot thinner, which I feel like is totally fine just because the bag is a lot smaller, so it doesn't feel weird, but I still think it's super cute, and so I just wanted to leave it as is. And from my clutches, I am considering giving away one of these, this one in particular, if there's anyone, you know, interested in wanting one. It definitely is not perfect. I'm not entirely sure if I skipped stitches here and there or if I did it perfectly, but you know, it's an option. I also thought about giving away a few things from my yarn stash if anyone's interested and you guys want it. I have a few of these rainbow lace mercerized cotton from Hobby. This is the yarn that I used to make my filet crochet top, and I just have a lot of extras, and I also have unused ones. I'm just not sure if I'll end up using them, so they'll have a full unused skein of this furry yarn. I bought two thinking I would need two, but I only ended up using one. Red yarn, this is what I originally was gonna use to make a clutch, but I opted for the fluffy yarn instead. I just like the aesthetic of that better, but I think this would be really cool for some kind of like blanket, or like, it gives like kind of rug vibes though. Also have this nice like, this is like nice wool, I believe DK weight yarns. I barely used it. I haven't touched these in like a year, so if anyone is interested in these colors, I think it's really nice, super soft wool. I also have the same in red as well. I also have this yellow t-shirt yarn too. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. To enter the giveaway, be sure you're subscribed to my channel and just leave a comment below on what items that you would like. Then I will pick one or two winners and I'll announce it on my YouTube channel, either in the comments or in a community post or something like that. So be sure your notifications are also turned on. Okay,